Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky15, and in this video I'll be giving you my Lucky 15 predictions for tomorrow's horse race in action. Before we get stuck into those selections, just a couple of things I want to say first. Thank you for getting to our 1,000th subscriber on Twitter. We have now had 1,000 subscribers on Twitter. I think it was 1,011 last time I looked, and that's all down to you guys following me over the past 18 months, been following me in this journey to become a horse racing journalist. I'm there now. I am pretty much a freelance horse racing journalist. I've completed my course now, and thanks to all the followers I've had and all the support, you've really helped me get this far. And the next step now is to really try and make it, and hopefully I can forge my way into the industry. But I've got to keep doing what I'm doing. Also, as well, I have now purchased an Apple, and I've got the editing software I've been using at university, which should be coming in the next 24 hours or so. I've had to download it and various other things, so it's taken a couple of days to get here, but hopefully we will get that installed later on in the week, and our production quality will get a lot better. We might have a jingle, like a jingle intro, and also as well a jingle outro, so we'll make maybe these videos a little bit more jazzier and that. So yeah, that'll be good there. And also as well, because we've got that editing software, I can do things from home, and I don't have to do it on an iPhone anymore, and I can go out and hopefully we maybe could get to some stables, things like that. I've built up a lot of connections over the past 18 months since I've been doing this journey, and yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So this channel, not bad really. I thought over 500 subscribers with just my trusty notepad, my memory bank, which is the most important thing in my arsenal, and my iPhone. So I thought we've done pretty well so far, and we can continue to do even better. But thanks to all your support, and also as well, if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and you'll get more videos so you don't miss them. So do that if you haven't done so already. Anyway, without further ado, enough of me waffling on, we'll get straight into the action. And we're going to the 2 o'clock at Bath with a horse called Spiritual Man, around about 5-2 bookmakers at the moment, trained by John Joe O'Neill, and Robert Winston is booked for the ride. Now this horse finished second here a couple of starts ago, and they actually haven't been racing at Bath for the last few weeks. That's because the ground there was just so dry, and because it's on top of a hill, it often dries out really quickly when they have any rain, and it's got no watering system. So Arena Racing Company had to abandon all those races and reschedule them to Chepstow, which is still a little bit of a trek away, but it was still good that they were able to get some races on there. So yeah, Spiritual Man, I thought tomorrow had a good chance. He'll love the conditions. He's probably got the best form in the race. Also as well, a few starts ago, he finished fourth at Haydock behind a horse of Mark Johnson's called Juno, who was a much better horse than this type of grade. So really, I thought Spiritual Man was the one you wanted to be with tomorrow, and I thought 5-2 there wasn't a bad price to kick us off. We then go to the 5:05, staying at Bath with a horse called Grandfather Tom, 5-1 bookmakers at the moment, trained by Robert Cowell, who's renowned for his sprinters. Owen Walsh, who often gets quite a few rides for him, is taking a good £3 off here tomorrow. Now this horse, you might argue, is a bit of an all-weather specialist. It's had 3 all-weather wins this year, and it looked really progressive throughout the winter, but since it's come out on the turf, it's kind of really halted, and you could argue maybe has regressed a little bit. However, a couple of starts ago, Grandfather Tom finished in a very close second place at Yarmouth, and I think tomorrow he's got a really good chance in this race. He's going to be dropping down to a class 5 on the flat. He's been running in class 3 and class 4 handicap, so this is going to be considerably a lot easier than what he's been running on. I think he'll appreciate the dry conditions as well, and I thought 5-1 was a bit of a player in this race, and at the prices I would definitely be having a couple of quid there myself. We then go to Southwell, where they've got a jumps card tomorrow. I actually didn't fancy much going over the obstacles tomorrow, but however, in the flat race, the bumper race at the end, I like a horse here called Baddesley Prince, 4-1 bookmakers at the moment, trained by Chris Gordon. Tom Cannon is booked for the ride now. I've actually been to Chris Gordon's stable. I only live about half an hour from him. He's based in Winchester, and I did a piece for my university work doing his kind of stable review of the year back in April, because he had a fantastic season last season, Chris did. I think it was one of his most successful seasons ever, if not his most successful season. He did well with a lot of older horses like Remulic and Seawall. Remulic, you might remember, ran a good race in the Cheltenham Festival, finishing second in the county hurdle, and did quite well in quite a few other races. Also as well, on the other end of the scale, he's got quite a few nice young horses in, and this is kind of one of these nice young horses. He's been naming a few of his new acquisitions. Baddesley Knight, you might remember, won a bumper at Plumpton. Well, this one's called Baddesley Prince. I thought it was interesting that they're taking this one to Southwell tomorrow, and I thought actually if you look at the whole field, this one could be maybe worth a bit of a speculative small punt, because I think Chris Gordon could have another good season again. He does well at tracks like Southwell and Plumpton, which are local to him, so sending this horse to Southwell does obviously probably show a little bit of intent that they think it's got a reasonable chance tomorrow, and I'm going to recommend that one to be our third selection. We then go to the 6:20 at Wolverhampton with a horse called Luxor in the colours of Highclere Thoroughbred Racing, trained by William Haggis. James Dill was booked for the ride. William Haggis was actually interviewed last night at the races, and he was saying that he's got quite a few nice 2-year-olds that he was sending out in the next week or so. And Luxor was actually favourite on its first ever start in a race at Windsor, where the form of that race hasn't worked out too badly. The 12th place horse, so yeah, there was quite a lot of runners in it, actually finished third the other night. Wild Abandonment at Windsor in a much improved display. Luxor as well was very green that day, and I think he would have learned a lot for that run. And I think this horse tomorrow could maybe could have benefited from the experience. We actually backed a William Haggis horse in quite a similar fashion on Friday at Wolverhampton, which actually won at 7-1. So yeah, I think this one's got a good chance tomorrow, and I'm going to recommend this one as our final selection, round about a 4-1 shot as it currently stands with bookmakers. So that's all the tips for tomorrow. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button below. You can also follow me on Twitter. My handle is at Lucky15. You can also check out my work with the Punters page. You can follow them on Twitter. They're on their own website as well, thepunterspage.com, and also as well YouTube. So go and subscribe over there if you haven't done so already. And yeah, that's all I got to say really. So hopefully we can have some winners tomorrow. Please gamble responsibly, and we'll be seeing you soon.